Yo, what's good, YouTube? I am back with another reaction video. And we got... Dang, I forgot to pull it up. Hold on real quick. Hold on. We got top 10 one-team players in NBA history. And I also want to make a huge shout out to Nonstop Sports, because they emailed me back and said that I could react to any videos that they have on their channel, and they also wish me the best of luck. So shout out to Nonstop Sports, man. Go follow them ASAP. Please go follow them, because they definitely hit me back and I can reach, and they got some good videos that I'm definitely gonna react to. So shout out to them, man. Shout out to Nonstop Sports. But yeah, let's get straight into the video. I just wanted to let y'all know that good news, because I'm just trying to avoid those strikes. But yeah, I'm excited about this one, and I'm excited that they let me react to their videos. But yeah, we got top 10 one-team players in NBA history. Let's get it.
Loyalty is rare in the modern NBA and sports in general, and you hardly ever see players play their entire career wearing the same jersey. However, these NBA legends never switch teams, and that's why they have statues in front of the team arena. Here are the top 10 players who have been with one team their entire career. Number 10, Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller seemingly always made a big shot in the clutch, and he was almost always at his team's disposal. Reggie missed just 51 games over an 18-year career, appearing in 1,533 regular season and playoff games for the Indiana Pacers. It's the 6th best mark ever for most games with one team. Reggie was the main piece of the Pacers' legendary team in the 90s, which famously battled the New York Knicks multiple times in the playoffs, where Miller earned the nickname Nick Killer. Reggie led Indiana to their only finals appearance in 2000 and is the owner of seemingly every franchise record, and that's why he's undoubtedly the greatest Pacer ever. Number 9, John Stockton. Similar to Reggie, John Stockton missed just 22 games in his 19-year career. If my math is correct, that's about one game per season, including the playoffs. John played in 1,686 games for the Jazz from 1984 until 2003, which is an NBA record for games played with the same team. Stockton appeared in 98.7% of all available games, and phrases like load management and rest never existed in his dictionary. The words that were often used to describe Stockton were grit, toughness, consistency, and excellence. Between 1984 and 2003, only 3 things were certain: death, taxes, and John Stockton suiting up for the Jazz, dropping dimes, and bothering the hell out of everybody on defense. Number 8, Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki first came to America in 1998 to participate in the Nike Hoop Summit, which was in just its 4th year. Dirk erupted for 33 points, along with 14 rebounds, and led the international team to victory. Everybody's jaws dropped when they saw a 7-footer that moved like a guard, shot threes, and didn't miss free throws, at all. Always ready to experiment, Mavs quirky GM Don Nelson was quickly enamored with Nowitzki, and he traded for him at the 1998 NBA Draft, while the Milwaukee Bucks made the biggest mistake in franchise history for trading him away. It took a few moments, but Dirk was soon replicating in the NBA what he showed in that Hoop Summit. However, his Mavs couldn't get over the hump. Either San Antonio, Sacramento, or Phoenix, there was always someone with more quality, better defense, better centers, better shooters. Then in 2006, they finally beat them all in the West, only to lose 4 in a row to Miami in the finals. After they lost to the 8-seed Warriors in his MVP season, it looked like Dirk would be another great player that never won a title, at least not with the Mavericks. Teams called and inquired about the German, wondering how he's not looking for a trade himself. But Dirk wanted to win with the Mavericks, and Mavericks only. In 2011, totally out of the blue, Dirk and the Mavs finally succeeded, sweeping Kobe and the Lakers, beating OKC with Durant, Westbrook, and Harden, and then avenging the 2006 finals loss against LeBron and the Heat. Next year, Dirk was a free agent, and the Mavs lost most of their championship team. And then Kobe called. Asked how's the wife, how's the weather like, and would Dirk like to team up with him in LA? Listen, I'm sorry, you know how it is. Dallas is my city and my home, and it would feel super weird to put a different uniform on, Dirk said, staying loyal.
Whoa, imagine that. Dirk and Cole. Oh man, that would have been crazy.
To the Mavs to a fault. In 2014, the Lakers actually offered him a $92 million deal, and yet he decided to sign a 3-year, $25 million contract to go back to Dallas, even though the team was getting uncompetitive, and he never won another playoff series after 2011. Dirk remained a Maverick until the end. Nowitzki.
Yo, what? 92 what? It ain't about the money, but I'm just thinking like, if he would have went, they would have won so many chips, man. Kobe would have probably had what? He got 6. He would have probably had like 10. He probably would have had 10, 11 chips if Dirk went to what? I never knew that. Oh my gosh, yo, that's crazy.
Nowitzki is the only player ever to play for a single NBA franchise for 21 seasons, a record that will hardly ever be broken. Number 7. Isiah Thomas. Bad Boys for Life is the phrase popularized by the Will Smith and Martin Lawrence movie, and also P. Diddy in the 2001 song of the same name. However, Bad Boys for Life is maybe best suited for Isiah Thomas, the best player of the 1980s Detroit Pistons, who were nicknamed Bad Boys for their rough and unapologetic style of basketball. Isiah played 1,090 games for Detroit between 1982 and 1994. He was the leader and the best player on the team.
The Dirty Boys for life. Playing dirty.
Won the first 2 championships in franchise history. Thomas made most All-Star appearances for Detroit and is at the top of nearly all Pistons leaderboards, along with Joe Dumars, who also spent his entire career as a Piston. And last but not least, Isiah still hates Michael Jordan. He really is a bad boy for life. Number 6. Steph Curry. In 2015, the Golden State Warriors had won their first NBA championship in 38 years, and Steph Curry was making $10 million a year and was without any doubt the most underpaid player in the NBA. In 2017, he was earning $12 million, and his underpaid status was even more pronounced. Since then, Curry has signed not 1, but 2 Supermax deals, which will net him almost $60 million in 2026 alone. But even though he got his bag and then some, it's arguable that Curry is still underpaid. From the tactics perspective, this skinny light-skinned dude completely changed how basketball is played forever. The Warriors franchise value increased from $750 million in 2014 to almost $5 billion in 2021. Golden State was often considered the 4th best team in California, and now is one of the most respectable organizations in the NBA. Yeah, Joe Lacob is a great owner, Bob Myers is a capable GM, and Steve Kerr is an excellent coach. But don't get it twisted, the Warriors wouldn't be where they are today without Steph Curry, and his baby face is the first thing anyone thinks of when you mention the Warriors from Golden State. Number 5. Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan was great, and he was quiet. He was quietly great, and his greatness almost flew under the radar, just the way he preferred. Duncan was the best power forward ever and has quietly dominated the league for years, with no controversy, no insane dunks, no constant media appearances. And despite being a permanent habitant of all NBA teams and a bona fide superstar, he was never above the team, and he quietly accepted whatever portion of yelling stew Coach Pop had in store. And when other players saw that Duncan is being screamed at without saying a word, they also had to shut the hell up and follow suit. This allowed Coach Pop to become one of the greatest coaches in NBA history, and their unique relationship set the tone for the famed Spurs culture and paved the way for 5 championships. Duncan stayed with the Spurs for 19 seasons and 1,643 games, and during his era, the Spurs were the most successful and winningest franchise, not just in the NBA, but in all major American sports. Honorable mention goes to David Robinson and Manu Ginobili, who also played only for the Spurs in the NBA. Number 4. Larry Bird. There are a few players that are synonymous with one franchise, the color of the jersey, and some of the most legendary moments in team history. Rare are the players who are more symbiotic with one team than Larry Bird was with the Celtics, where he spent his entire playing career. Bird's legendary rivalry with Magic Johnson turned the Celtics and Lakers games into a must-watch spectacle and the biggest storyline of the 80s. In 1,061 games for the Celtics, Larry proved that he's the best shooter who ever lived by the time of his retirement and one of the greatest players in NBA history. Number 3. Magic Johnson. His smile was so infectious, it could light up an entire arena. His leadership was clear from the start, and his intelligence and mild-mannered charisma were oozing every time he spoke. All those attributes went along perfectly with the on-court output. Dazzling passes that nobody saw coming, fast pace, and a well-rounded scoring game. Yes, Magic was a superstar from the moment he got to the league, and when the NBA was struggling and was desperate for a superstar to come along. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was the best player in the NBA in the 70s, but he couldn't win a title with the Lakers until Irvin Johnson's arrival in 1979. Johnson won the Finals MVP in his rookie season and would win 5 titles in the 80s, along with numerous individual accolades. Magic had put the show in the Showtime Lakers, where he had spent his entire career and was a key figure in revitalizing the franchise and the NBA itself. For long, he was the undisputed greatest Laker in history until one 18-year-old brash skinny kid rolled into town. And no, we're not talking about the Fresh Prince. Number 2, Bill Russell. While Larry Bird is probably the best overall player that suited up for the Celtics, he's not the greatest. That title belongs to the iconic Mr. Bill Russell, who is probably the greatest winner in sports history. 11 titles in a 13-year career are something that will never be repeated, and is the only statistic that needs to be mentioned with Russell. Honorable mention goes to John Havlicek, who is another Celtics legend to spend his entire career wearing nothing but green. Hondo won 8 titles with Boston, including 13 All-Star appearances, and he is the all-time leader in games played for the Celtics. Number 1, Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant grew up in Italy, and his only
R.I.P. Kobe, man. R.I.P. Kobe, man.
source of NBA games were VHS tapes of Lakers games that his relatives would send by mail. If you don't know what VHS is, congrats. You were still very young, with a hopefully bright future ahead. But let's get back to young Kobe, who became a huge Lakers fan, dreaming that he would become an NBA player one day. Even though he worked out for several teams before the 1996 NBA draft, only the Lakers GM Jerry West realized what kind of talent just showed up at his gym. West, another Lakers legend, then bamboozled the Hornets to select Kobe for them, and the 18-year-old Bryant's wildest dream came to reality. For the next 20 years, Bryant's legend grew with each game. Championships, scoring titles, all-star appearances, game winners, and over 30,000 points. Kobe gave it his all to the game of basketball, and his Mamba mentality inspired countless young kids to bounce the orange ball. He spent his entire career with the Lakers, appearing in 1,566 games for the purple and gold, which is the Lakers' record, one of many that he owns. Because of his superior statistical output, longevity, and the mark he left on the franchise and the NBA in general, Kobe is the greatest Laker of all time.
Shout out to Nonstop Sports again. If you're seeing this video, my bad. If you're seeing this video, man, I deeply appreciate your email back. Deeply appreciate it, man. Shout out to you. I definitely be doing a lot of your videos. Definitely will be. But yeah, Kobe definitely deserves number 1. Top 10. Kobe has to come number 1, man. We gotta agree that Kobe's number 1. When it comes, like, we gotta agree for number 1. Rest in peace to Kobe, man. But yeah, that's about it, man. I'm on to the next video. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Tim Duncan, yeah. Tim Duncan definitely was yeah. The Spurs, yeah, they definitely had their time. But Bill Russell, too, like, yo, 11 rings. 11, like, that's 11. That's just so crazy. 11, like, I gotta do some of his highlights. But yeah, that's about it, man. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that like button. Turn on that bell, man. I'm uploading every single day. And yeah, that's about it, man. We on to the next video. I definitely got a lot of Nonstop Sports videos I'm definitely going to cover, because, you know, they gave me the green light on being able to react to their videos. So yeah, that's, yep, I'm excited about that, man. It just gave me a big boost that I already got. So definitely shout out to Nonstop Sports, man. Definitely go make sure y'all go sub. But their links and everything will be in the description, so definitely look out for that. But yeah, if y'all got some videos you want me to do, man, leave them down in the comments or send them to my email at DATPHILLYBOINAH@gmail.com. And that's about it, man. I love y'all. I'm out. Peace.
Yeah.